It was warm. His seat gently rocked beneath him. Something cold was in his hand. It was as if Brandon had always been here. He couldn't remember when he arrived or where he was before. He barely even knew what was going on right now. But there was an infinitely dull sense of recognition here. Somehow he knew the porch swing he was sitting on, the icy cup his palm was wrapped around. Even the cozy air encircling him could faintly be recalled. But everything else was empty. The rest of his surroundings were a blank white void, stretching out infinitely in every direction. It was slightly worrying. A voice came from beside him. "Hey, buddy." It was soft and friendly. Brandon looked to his right and found a man sitting next to him. He had a beard and a smiling face. He was wearing clothes, of course, but he couldn't tell what kind. He definitely had a shirt and pants, but Brandon responded. "Hi." "How's it going, man? Doing good?" Maybe. I don't really know what's going on. I'm not particularly stressed, though." That's good to hear. At least the, not stressed part. I mean, should I be? Do you know what's going on? Mm-hmm. You're dreaming. Oh. That would make sense. Yep. He took a long sip from his drink. That's the hope. He smacked his lips. He looked perturbed by something. "Hey, Brandon, do you know my name?" Yeah? No, sorry. No worries. It's Mike. Nice to meet you, Mike. I'm, Brandon. But you seem to already know my name. Indeed I do, buddy. Indeed I do. The porch swing rocked back and forth. Where are we? Inside the dream. What's this place? Somewhere safe. Happy. Yeah, oh. What? You don't feel it? I mean, it's pleasant, but I kind of just feel confused, worried, I guess. Should I be? Do you know what you're worried about? No, I don't. Then don't worry about it. Sorry, Brandon. I didn't mean to. Do you know what I should be worried about? As a matter of fact, I don't, Brandon. So I don't know why you're so stressed about it. Well, I wasn't that anxious about it, but you acting like this is kind of making it worse, you know? Listen, there's nothing wrong here. Nothing can hurt you. You're dreaming. It's fine. Well, how do I wake up? What? How do I wake up? Yeah, this is just stressing me out, so I want to wake up. No, you don't. It doesn't work like that. Well, how does it work then? Mike's mouth hung open, and his hands rose to articulate a point that didn't come to him. I don't know. The swinging continued. I'm just trying to keep you happy, man. You seem this happy, relaxing. You're sitting on a porch swing, you've got a glass of lemonade, the air is warm, I'm chatting with you, being friendly. Why does this bug you? Can't you just enjoy it? I was just asking questions. Besides, what if I want to do something else, other than be here with you? Well, you can't.
Sorry. Sit here and be happy.
Are you implying I won't like the answers I get? It seems like you're getting stressed out now. Do you even like me? Why are you trying to keep me happy if you don't?
Of course I like you, Brandon. You're just annoying sometimes.
So we've met before.
Why do you say that?
I'm annoying sometimes, quote unquote. As far as I remember, I only just met you. Have we met before? How do you know me?
Still observant, Mike said. Yeah, you know what? I've known you for a long time.
How so?
I'm your brother, Brandon.
Oh. So, Brandon waited for Mike to fill in the blank. Why don't I know you?
We lived together for a long time, Brandon. All of our childhoods, right up until we both went away for college, you know. You remember what school I ended up going to? What I majored in?
I don't. I'm sorry.
I went to Arizona State. Got an English degree. You told me it was a waste of time and how I should have gone into engineering or something. But I was so stubborn. Didn't want to. Now I'm just an editor for a crappy blog site.
Mike,
and you always gave me shit for it. Every time you introduced me. Hey, here's my brother, Mike. Ever heard of a website called The Living Wire? Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't expect you to.
Mike, I'm sorry if I did that to you, but I don't remember any of it.
You're right. You don't.
Wait, Brandon felt a cold sweat creep up around him.
You get it now, jackass?
I don't remember. My name's Brandon.
What, Brandon? What else?
You're my brother. He told me that, but...
Nothing after that, right?
Who am I? Mike?
Well, I'll tell you. Again.
Mike sat up.
Your name is Brandon Liam Henderson. You're 38 now. You were born on the 23rd of March 2013 to a decently well-off family. You have a brother, of course. You are a B-level student but managed to cop some good scholarships before you went to college. After you graduated,
The Porch Swing stopped. What?
You got married.
Married? I'm married? Let me finish, Brandon. Oh, okay.
Your wife's name was Emily. She was actually one of my best friends. You were married for a little over 10 years. On your second anniversary, you had a daughter named Laura. Brandon's eyes lost focus. But one day, you all got in a car accident. You were driving back from a restaurant, and it was a mess. That's all I want to say about it.
So, Brandon swallowed.
They died. Brandon.
Did I? Am I in? No. Shh.
You didn't die with them. You survived.
I survived. So what?
You suffered brain damage. It's enough to keep you unconscious. You went into a coma, and
Mike looked Brandon dead in the eye.
They're not expecting you to wake back up. It's okay, Brandon. I'm still here. There was crying.
So, if I don't remember you, then how
am I here?
Yeah.
Well, something was invented a few years back that lets me talk to you.
How?
There's a procedure, and even now, it's still experimental. It's decently safe when used sparingly. We can turn sensory input into data, and data into sensory input.
Oh, Brandon's head lifted. Is it gonna help?
It's not meant to help. It's meant to comfort you, Brandon. You weren't actually expected to live for much longer than a year, hence why they were fine with giving you something still in its testing phases. But here you are, still kicking.
Brandon choked down a knot in his throat.
Want to know how it works?
Yeah, sure.
Right now, I'm actually in a sort of VR room. Some teeny tiny wires inside your head are taking the electrical pulses from your brain and sending them into a computer, which interprets them and turns it into things I can see around me through the headset. Space we're occupying, some basic sensory stuff, that kind of thing. Inversely, if I have the computer record what I'm doing and send in some data, it turns back into those electrical pulses and makes it something you can experience. Which is why I can wave at you. Sorry, that's probably too much to think about right now after hearing, all that.
No, it's fine. Thank you. I'm crying for a wife and kid I wouldn't even recognize.
Yeah, it's weird to think about.
Hey, Mike. You've done this before?
Done what before?
Talk to me about all this. You said you've been trying to keep me happy. Why don't I remember that?
Yeah, well, that was part of the accident. It's hard for you to form new memories now.
I mean, I can still remember when we started talking.
Well, hard to an extent. That recently, sure.
You never actually mentioned me losing the rest of my memories in the accident, Mike. Mike paused briefly. It was as if Brandon pointed out the exact wrong thing. He became fidgety.
Thought it was implied. Sorry.
Okay, just one last question. Promise. How long have you been doing this with me?
It's hard to keep track. I started a few days after the accident, which was about 4 or so years ago. I've been talking to you every week since then.
Isn't this technology only safe when used sparingly?
It is, yeah. I thought you said that was the last question. I've only been doing this.
What could happen to the person you're interacting with if you use it too much, Mike?
I haven't been...
Those pulses you're sending my brain damage it over time? Mess with it somehow?
I don't think it could do that, no. Brandon, stop.
Look at me, Mike. Swear to me. Tell your comatose, helpless brother you haven't been fucking with his memory by doing this. Mike looked at Brandon with gritted teeth. And a single tear rolled down his reddened cheek.
Let me explain.
You are a fucking psycho. You are a fucking psycho, Mike. What the fuck are you doing to me?
Brandon, I'm just...
No, you shut the fuck up, Mike. Are you telling me that I could have remembered all of what you just told me if you hadn't been doing this? I had a wife, a kid, and now because of you I can't even remember what they looked like. Brandon's shouting quavered. His breathing was ragged and heaving. What was this place? This porch? Was there more to it? Did you take it from me too?
It was your home.
Mike's voice warbled.
The front porch swing where we always talked and ate lunch. It was sunny. We always drank lemonade.
What else was there?
There was a tree in front of us, a big one. There was a rope swing.
What else was there?
You watched your daughter swing on it.
Mike exploded into a fit of angry tears.
And there were mountains in the horizon, blue, cloudless skies. The truck I bought you on your 16th birthday that you still hadn't gotten rid of, just collecting dust in your driveway. Your wife was cooking something inside. It smelled good. You could hear her humming, and it was the song that you two danced to on your third date. And you could see her. You could talk to her. You could fucking kiss her, all right? You could call out to your daughter. You could feel the rust on the hood of the truck. You could taste the drink that's in your hand right now. But you can't anymore. I can't anymore. All right?
You took that all from me. You took all that. Why?
Because you asked me to.
What?
You said on our very first meeting here how scared you were. How you knew you were dreaming, knew it all wasn't real. You were trapped, alone, in a fantasy inside your mind. And when you got scared, it turned dark. This place got so much worse. But when you finally saw me again for real, you started crying, bawling. You finally had someone else to talk to, someone who actually existed and could tell the outside world how you were doing and what you were thinking. And you were happy again. But I told you that something like this was gonna happen. You knew the consequences. And you know what you told me, Brandon? I just don't want to be alone again.
Mike sat back.
There. So, how about now? Are you fucking happy? I have to force myself to ruin your brain, your memories, just to keep you happy. It doesn't keep me happy. But I do it for you.
I don't want you to do this anymore.
Too bad. You told me to keep doing this no matter what.
Did I?
What?
Am I the same person who told you to do this?
Of course
No, Mike, you're not listening. Do you know who I am right now? After all the things you've done to me? Mike looked at Brandon with steely resolve.
You're my brother, Brandon.
Am I? Am I? Am I still your brother after all of this? I don't know your parents, your hometown. I might as well have grown up on the opposite end of the world from you. I don't have any connection to anything anymore. I'm a different person.
No, you're not.
Yes,
No, you're not, Brandon. Are you still upset about your wife, your daughter, your home, and all the things you were connected to before the accident?
No, don't.
You were the one who said you were crying over a wife and kid you wouldn't even recognize. But if you don't care, I guess you aren't my brother anymore. You still miss them. You're still mad about what I did. You're still the same person.
Please stop this, Mike.
I can't.
Why not?
I have to admit, my brother's really gone. I'm gonna go, Brandon.
Wait, no, Mike, please.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm begging.
You have been, Brandon. You've been telling me how much of a bastard I am for this. You've been telling me how much I've taken from you. And you've been telling me how you're not my brother anymore.
What?
We've done this 3 fucking times now. I'll see you next week.
It was warm. His seat gently rocked beneath him. Something cold was in his hand. couldn't remember why he was crying.
Take what you want.